Welcome back. If you are looking to break into the insurance industry in Texas, whether it's for property and casualty or life and health, you are stepping into a career with incredible freedom and income potential. But the barrier to entry is that state exam. I'm going to break down this journey into 5 clear, manageable steps. We'll be referencing insights from the Texas Insurance Training Academy, or TITA, who have helped thousands navigate this exact path. By the end of this video, you won't just know what to do, you'll know how to pass. Let's start with step 1, pre-licensing education. Now, here's a tricky part about Texas law. Technically, the state does not require you to take a course for the general lines license. You could just try to wing it. But remember that 50% fail rate I mentioned? That is usually the winging it crowd. The exam covers complex state statutes, ethics, and specific policy provisions that you simply cannot guess. Expert advice from TITA is clear: treat the course as mandatory. Whether you choose a live classroom setting or an online self-paced course, you need a structured curriculum that mirrors the exam outline. This brings us to step 2, strategic studying. A common mistake is resource overloading. Students buy 3 different books, watch random YouTube videos, and try to learn everything. TITA explicitly warns against this. They say, do not study extra information. Why? Because you might learn outdated laws or rules from other states. Stick to one proven source. If you are taking a live class, your goal is to schedule your exam for 2 to 4 days after the class ends. If you're studying online, aim for a 2-week timeline. You want that information fresh in your short-term memory. Don't drag this out for months. Step 3 is the logistical hurdle that trips people up because it has nothing to do with studying fingerprinting. You cannot get your license issued without a background check. In Texas, this is handled by a company called IdentoGo. You need to schedule an appointment online. Expert tip: do not wait until you pass the exam to do this. You can and should get this done while you are studying. It speeds up the license issuance later. You'll need the specific service code, often 11G6QF for general insurance, but always double check the Texas Department of Insurance website for the current code before booking. Now, the main event, step 4, the exam. You will be taking this at a Pearson VUE testing center. For the general lines, life and health, or property and casualty, you are looking at about 145 questions. Here's the breakdown. You'll have a mix of national questions, which apply everywhere, and state-specific questions that are unique to Texas laws. The magic number is 70. You need a 70% to pass. It is a computer-based test, and the clock will be ticking. But don't panic. If you've done the practice exams and are scoring consistently in the 80s at home, you are ready for the real thing. Let's talk about test day anxiety. It's real. To minimize it, arrive at the center 30 minutes early. If you are late, they will not let you in, and you forfeit your fee. You must bring 2 forms of ID. One must be a government-issued photo ID like a driver's license, and the second must have your signature, like a credit card or social security card. Check that your name on the ID matches your registration exactly. If your name is Robert, but you registered as Bob, you aren't testing. These small details cause unnecessary stress, so get them right beforehand. You passed? The screen says pass. Now what? Step 5 is the application. You don't automatically get a license just because you passed. You need to log on to CIRCON or the NIPR, National Insurance Producer Registry, to apply. There is a state fee, usually around $50. If you already did your fingerprinting back in step 3, the state will match your prints with your exam score, and you could have your license issued in as little as 3 to 5 business days. If you waited to do fingerprints, you're now stuck in a holding pattern. Apply immediately after you pass. Congratulations, you are a licensed Texas insurance agent, but the journey doesn't end here. The state requires you to maintain that license. This means continuing education, or CE. In Texas, you need to complete 24 hours of CE every 2 years. Half of those must be in a classroom or classroom equivalent setting. Don't look at this as a chore. The industry changes fast. New products and new laws appear every year. Staying educated is how you stay competitive and protect your clients. Before we wrap up, I want to highlight the 2 biggest pitfalls I see beginners make. Number 1, waiting too long between the course and the exam. The soak time for this information is short. If you wait a month, you will likely fail. Number 2, overthinking the questions. The exam is multiple choice. Read the question carefully, but don't look for trickery that isn't there. Trust your first instinct if you've studied the material. TIDA's data shows that students who stick to the schedule and trust the process have significantly higher pass rates. Getting your insurance license in Texas is more than just passing a test. It's the key to a recession-proof career where you can truly help people protect their livelihoods. It requires focus, a bit of investment, and the right guidance. If you follow this roadmap, prep course, fingerprints, strategic study, exam, and application, you will be part of the successful 50% who pass. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit that like button. It helps us reach more future agents. And if you have questions about the exam or the application process, drop a comment below. We love helping you guys out. For more deep dives into insurance training, make sure to subscribe. Good luck on your exam, and we'll see you in the next video.